Hello, today we will be starting off as guard duty. And I like how Remnin introduces himself as if he didn't already know everyone on board. It's extra interesting in the fact that Remnin is probably the most reserved of the group. And we already know we're guard duty, so we'll skip ahead to Jonas here, asking about the engineer. There are 2 engineer claims this go around. It looks like I actually vote Remnin here. I'm not sure if that had anything to do with his brief self-introduction or not, but either way it doesn't matter because Stella is ultimately selected for Cold Sleep. Setsu here is basically saying that I'm in the clear, free of suspicion. However, they did sneak in a we, as if they were also in the clear of suspicion. It's interesting. Okay, just what is Jonas thinking here? Comment says that Jonas is Gnosia and they are the engineer, and Jonas immediately goes and asks them to voice that opinion again. It seems a bit strange. Meanwhile, we have 2 doctor claims. Since there is no bug or AC follower, one of them is Gnosia, and knowing that Kukushka said that Setsu is human, we see a causal relationship between the 2. If Kukushka is the engineer, Setsu is the doctor. If Kukushka is Gnosia, we can't make any claim about Setsu. Now this is interesting. Add to that the fact that Shigemichi is putting a stop to Comet's mode of investigation. And it's reasonable to believe that that puts Shigemichi and Comet in opposite camps. Therefore, I believe Comet is the real engineer and Kukushka, being the Gnosia, did actually report correctly that Setsu is the human and thus the doctor. If we assume that Shigemichi and Comet are on opposite sides, then that is the only alternative, as Shigemichi and Kukushka both can't be human. And that suspicion was accurate. Well, that's too bad. Although I don't believe I led the charge on Shigemichi, the Gnosia still saw me as a threat. This leads me to believe that it's more to do with my role than anything I did. So if I was hoping that the random would save me from the same role, I'd be wrong, because once again, I am guard duty. Now Stella is going to almost immediately ask us to reveal our position as guard duty. Now, actually, I don't have to reveal myself, although my partner will, and they will be confirmed as guard duty essentially. And if I wait until they are gone, I won't have the same treatment, and so it's best just to get the reveal over with, even though it exposes you to probably getting attacked night 1 or night 2. This is the same reason as to why when 2 others other than myself are guard duty and one of them is eliminated before they reveal, they will just not reveal at all. I do find this amusing in another sense because it is known that only guard duty role can claim to be guard duty. Therefore, there really wouldn't be a scenario where someone fakes a claim as guard duty, as that is not an option. Now, putting aside 2 Gnosia acting in tandem and somehow avoiding getting exposed as the real guard duty is still alive, there is no way that someone reveals as guard duty. Yes, the game itself says that only guard duty can, but in a larger sense, the guard duty reveal is only effective along with a third party, and that third party doesn't exist if you are not one of the two guard duty. This kind of leads me in the direction of thinking of new roles or new ways to play the game. For example, the fact that perhaps guard duty could be a role that is claimed falsely, and the second being that the AC follower could potentially be a guard duty member. I don't see why that couldn't be the case. Same with the bug, for that matter. It's kind of funny because it's actually in the description of guard duty pretty much. Guard duty exempts you from being Gnosia, but it says nothing about whether or not you can be the AC follower or the bug or the doctor and engineer as well, I suppose. I could see how the bug and AC follower wouldn't mix well as roles. However, everything else would in theory work. I mean, the doctor and engineer would be on the same side, and the bug would still retain its win condition, and the AC follower would as well, except only difference is they're on guard duty.